Lee, it's a 2-2 draw, it's a third game unbeaten, but was it a point gained or 2 points lost?
I think it's been 2 points dropped. I thought we were the better side on the night. I felt that, you know, we played some lovely stuff tonight. I full credit to Unders and his team. They worked their socks off there tonight. We give them first goal for me is offside. I need to see it again, but I was adamant he was offside. The line I was adamant he was onside. So one of us is right and one of us is wrong. And that was poor defending. We got 3 against 1. It shouldn't happen. And then I thought we were really good, had a really good spell. And we warned them about giving away free kicks because James Dodson does what James Dodson does, and he's probably one of the best in the league at set pieces. And he's hit a great strike when we 1-1 and gone 2-1 up to them. And then we've come out second half, and actually I felt that the sending off probably hindered us a little bit because they weren't coming out. They sat in their shape brilliantly. Some of the stuff we played was outstanding, some of it was poor. And listen, we've had enough chances to win it. Got to give them full credit for the way they deserved. I thought at least we deserved was a point, but I think we've dropped 2 tonight, and that's because they had 10 men for 45 minutes.
Have you ever seen anything quite like in the first half with a new directive for the referees? They had 5 players and their coach booked. We had no yellow cards. It was just bizarre. Yeah,
I think it's a very dangerous line we're at now with the referees, and I don't blame them. You know, listen, it's come from above, so it's not their fault. You know, I feel for Unders there because their boy's not even put a challenge and he's been sent off. And the new rules are you can't move the ball away from where it's being taken. You can't show you want a yellow card. And listen, their boy's a young lad, so he's going to have to learn. But look, I don't agree with the rules. I said before, and I don't want to come across, I didn't want to score in the last minute here today or score a winner after 10 minutes added time. I don't agree with it. The game's 90 minutes with 4 or 5 added on at the end. We understand it. When you're adding 10, 15 minutes added on, it's too much for me. Yes, of course, listen, their goalkeepers took age for everything tonight, and fair play to him. We'd have done the same if we had 10 men. But look, these rules are dangerous for me. I think it's a dangerous ground because they've had 5 booked, and I don't think there's a poor challenge all night really. I think Hampton's made one that he shouldn't have had to make, and Florian maybe has got away with one there, but other than that I thought he's played in really good spirits. And just said to the boys in there, I'm really proud of them. You know, I'd have snapped your hands off to take 5 from the first 3, but I think we could be sitting here tonight with 9 points, and that's a disappointment. But I think it's a really good place where we are to be disappointed we're not on maximum points.
Was the lack of quality sometime from our crossing frustrating? And Joe was taking all the free kicks and the corners first half. What was the thought process behind that?
Our set pieces haven't been good enough, and one thing Joe can do is he can take a lovely set piece, and you know, I think he took them when Gary was manager here, so we looked at that tonight. But I have to take responsibility for the set pieces. For me, we haven't worked hard enough on them. You know, I'm livid at the end there because we've got a corner in the last minute of the game to win the game. We've got David Diedhiou who's just scored. He's just made a keeper make a great save, and our movement was disgrace. You know, and they're the things that annoy me because they're the fine lines between us really pushing and us being middle of the road, bottom half, and I don't want to be that. You know, I want to really push us on, but we've got to work on it. We've got to work on our deliveries. We've got to work on our movement. We've got to work on where we put the ball because it's crucial. You know, it's crucial parts of the game, and that for me is what gets you where you need to go. And it wasn't good enough tonight. But look, we've scored from a cross. I've scored 2 on Saturday from crosses. I thought again LP tonight was just outstanding. Dan Matsiaka and the midfield boys come into their own second half. Joe worked his socks off, and Nico's took a bad knock, to be fair. So we're a little bit hit and miss. I thought Samuel had a very good game, you know, and listen, gets booked for a silly dive that he doesn't have to do. But he's a young boy. The average age of our side is very, very young. And no, I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased, and I've got to hide my disappointment because I'm a little bit disappointed. But as I said to you, I'd have snapped your hands off 10 days ago to be where we are tonight.
Nico went off. What can you tell us about his injury?
Yeah, he's got a bad lump on the knee at the moment. It was a clash of knees. It's not like Nico to come off. So listen, we've got a touch and go. You know, I said to you, we've got some really good boys out at the moment, but I've got to make sure that we've got a squad, and you'll see the boys doing their running now because they're going to be needed. You know, Dave's really struggling. Dan's still got the knee injury, so we're a little bit short at the moment. I need to keep an eye on that. But look, I thought fans tonight were brilliant as well. We had a great turnout for a local game, and that makes a big difference. But I think they can see that these boys want it. These boys are working ever so hard for the football club, and we can all accept that. And there's patches tonight that weren't great, but there were some really good patches, and I know we're building, you know, a good group here. You know, it's not a finished article by any stretch. We're a long way off where I want us to be, but if we keep working hard, keep putting the hours in on the training ground, I think we're starting to see really good signs come out. And for me, it's probably one of the best footballing performances we've put on since I've been at the club. And for me, we're not even getting started yet. There's a lot more to come. So we just, again, the goals that we give away for tonight, for me, were sloppy goals, really sloppy goals. We've got to cut it out.